Events are a big part of Main Street programs. They bring people downtown, spotlight local businesses, and help build community pride. But when events start dominating your calendar and draining your resources, it's time to step back and evaluate. In this video, you'll learn how to assess whether your events are truly advancing your mission, how to avoid burnout, and how to shift your focus toward long-term impact. We'll also walk through how to use a post-event SWOT analysis and share tips for creating a more balanced, intentional annual calendar. When events become a distraction. Planning and running events can take up a large share of your time, especially if your team is small. When you're constantly in event mode, it's hard to step back and plan your district's future. You may be spending more energy on logistics than on building partnerships, attracting investment, or implementing your transformation strategy. If you're hosting multiple events a month or saying yes to every idea that comes in, you may already be in a cycle of event overload. How to evaluate your events. To make better decisions, you need better information. After each event, take time to assess what worked and what didn't, ideally within a few days while everything is fresh. One tool you can use is a basic SWOT analysis. Strengths: what went well? What got positive feedback? Weaknesses: what didn't go as planned? Where did you run into problems? Opportunities: what could be improved next time? Are there ways to expand the event's value? And threats: what risks emerged? Were there weather issues, volunteer shortages, or complaints from businesses? Include staff, volunteers, and partners in the discussion. Keep it honest and focused. Document the feedback so it informs next year's planning, not just for this event, but for others on your calendar. Also gather feedback from local businesses. Did they benefit? Did sales increase? Did they feel included in the planning and promotion? Balancing events with economic development. Main Street is about long-term economic health. That means your event schedule should support your broader goals, not just fill weekends. If your district needs stronger business engagement, maybe it's time to scale down a street festival and reinvest in seasonal promotions that bring customers into storefronts. If your businesses struggle in off-peak seasons, small events tied to gift card programs or loyalty incentives might do more than a big summer event. Ask yourself, are we hosting this event because it helps us reach a goal, or because we've always done it? Tips for a balanced annual calendar. Planning your calendar with intention helps your Main Street program avoid burnout. Make the best use of limited resources and deliver work that truly supports your mission. It also forces your team to ask an important question. Is this event advancing our goals or just filling up the calendar? Share your draft calendar with your board and committees to get aligned on priorities. A calendar that's too full is exhausting and unsustainable. One that's too spare may miss opportunities to engage the community. The goal is focus, not volume. Here are some guiding tips. Tip 1 is to start with your transformation strategy. Every major event should clearly connect to one of your district's goals. If you can't find the connection, it may not be the right event to prioritize. Tip 2, limit your signature events to 2 to 4 times per year. This isn't an arbitrary number. It's a recommendation based on what's realistic for most Main Street programs to execute at a high level. These events should be well-staffed and well-resourced, designed to drive foot traffic to downtown businesses, either revenue-generating or strongly aligned with your mission. Tip 3, if attendees are leaving without spending time in shops or restaurants, or if your program is barely breaking even on the event, it may be time to reconsider whether it belongs on your calendar. Tip number 4, focus on quality over quantity. One well-executed event that supports your businesses and brings visibility to your program is worth more than 3 that drain your capacity. Coming in at number 5, make space for flexibility. Leave room for promotions, pop-ups, or spontaneous partnerships, but don't try to lead every activity yourself. Collaborate when possible. For tip 6, use non-event months strategically. These are the best time to focus on planning, grant reporting, business recruitment, or internal development. And finally, tip number 7, build in recovery time. Staff and volunteers need time to regroup after major events. Protect your team's energy so you can deliver consistently across the year. By being selective and strategic, your events will do more than draw a crowd. They'll support your goals, sustain your programs, and build real momentum for your Main Street. How to say no without closing the door. You may get asked to run more events than you can support. It's okay to say no, but offer an alternative. Suggest a community partner who could take the lead or offer support in the form of cross-promotion or advice. Clarify that your program's role is to support revitalization broadly, not to produce every event in the district. Saying no to one thing gives you space to say yes to what matters most. In closing, events can help drive energy and excitement, but only if they're tied to strategy and evaluated with honesty. Your time and capacity are valuable. Make sure your calendar reflects your mission, not just expectations. This month, take one event, past or upcoming, and do a simple SWOT analysis. Then review your annual calendar. Look for areas that are too crowded and others that could be used more strategically. Adjust where needed.